What is dadoing? What is dadoing? That's another vocabulary word in our wood shop. Dado.
Making a groove.
Making a groove. Yes, making a groove. What is tilting the arbor? Tilting the arbor. Making an angled cut. Now, the arbor is what goes through the center of the blade. What is it called on a car? The axle. Here on this tool, it's called the arbor shaft. When we tilt the arbor shaft, what happens to the blade? It tilts. Okay, so tilting the arbor is the technical term for tilting the blade. So we'll raise the blade up here. How much will this tool tilt? 45 degrees. 45 degrees. There's a scale in the front. Shows you it'll go up to 45 degrees. And then it stops. There's a positive stop at 45. And the other positive stop is down at 0. Okay? 0 is what we would consider 90 degrees or perpendicular with the table. So tilting the arbor is a special setup. Is dadoing a special setup?
Yes.
Yes. Both of those special setups require whose approval? My approval, teacher's approval. So dadoing and tilting the arbor are special setups and require teacher's approval. When we tilt the blade, we have to use a special throat plate. This one is actually for both. It's got a slot wide enough for dadoing, and it has an angled slot that is for 45-degree cuts. We have to lower the blade, put the throat plate on, and then raise the blade. Can you use the splitter when you're dadoing and tilting the blade?
No.
Can't really use the splitter. On our new table saw, we will be able to. But this special setup on this tool, especially when you're doing narrow pieces, the splitter is in the way. Can't use it. And dadoing, you can't use it at all. On our new tool, the splitter is right behind the blade and it's the same height as the blade. So we will be able to use it for both. The splitter will never be taken off. So it'll be a safer special setup, but it still is going to require the teacher's approval. Last thing we need to talk about is tailing off. Tailing off. When do I need somebody to help me tail off?
When your piece is too long.
The piece is long. The pieces are too long. So we use the operator using the tool, and we use another person down there to act like a table. So tell me, what is the table doing? Let me get a long piece of wood here. If I just set this on here, what's the table doing?
Just resting.
The wood's resting on there. What is the table doing? What's the action it's doing? Supporting. Yes. It's the action. Simply supporting our piece of wood. So if I need somebody out here, what's their action? Support. Support from underneath, but do not grasp it. So you remember what I told you last year in Wood 1? Never pull it. So where do you put your thumbs?
The bottom.
Underneath. If you have your thumbs underneath, You will not be able to grasp it. That is definitely on the safety test. It says you're supposed to support it from underneath, but do not grasp it. Anything else we should talk about on the table saw? Our new table saws, we're going to have one set up for just ripping, one set up for dadoing. It'll be even safer. Okay, the fence is a Delta Unifence. To unlock the fence, raise the handle, slide it, and put pressure right by the label. That's the good balance point. It moves pretty easy. When we set it, we're going to check the measurement with our tape measure. We raise the blade. If we need it set at 9 inches, keep your hands away from the blade. Set it to 9 inches. We want to measure to the inside tooth. Bring the fence over. Get it to exactly 9 inches on the inside tooth. And then we're ready to lock the fence down. Just push the handle straight down. If the handle is at an angle, this actually unlocks the fence. We can unlock the fence. Underneath here, you can see that's the action. If we tip the handle, it unlocks the fence from the track. Put this back together, wiggle it. The handle has to be straight up and down to be locked into the channel. That's how we adjust the fence, and we always use a tape measure. Always use our tape measure right up against the fence. Keep our hands 12 inches away at least. Make your micro adjustments. Tap it, get it right on 9 inches. Lock it down. When we're finished using the table saw at the end of the day, or at the end of the class, when you're finished, you personally are finished and you're going to walk away, make sure the guard's down, the blade's underneath the table. If anything happens, if anybody is trying to set this tool up and they accidentally bump the start button, the machine will not hurt anybody. Blade's underneath the table.